Hello, friend, and welcome to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Janet Cagle, certified life coach, business strategist, and lover of all things related to up-leveling my life and yours. My goal is to help you experience a mind shift that gets you one step closer to your goals, whatever they are. My goal is not to keep you wrapped up in self-help all day, just 10 minutes. And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing? I am feeling amazing today. Let me tell you why. I just got my hair done for the first time since March. I got my hair done right before the pandemic hit, and I haven't had it done since, so I feel like a new woman. I also have a mind shift for you today that will for sure make you stop and think when you have the thought, this is hard. Welcome to episode 29, Doing Hard Things versus Doing Things the Hard Way. The idea for this podcast came out of one of my coaching sessions where my student asked me, why can't this be easy? I want this to be easy. I assured her that she did not want this to be easy. And so today I'm going to share with you, my listeners, why you don't want it to be easy either. Let's go. When we have a goal that we want to achieve, we know logically and intellectually that it will involve learning to do new things that we have never done before. We know that this is going to have a level of difficulty. We kind of know it's going to be hard, but even with all of that knowing, when it starts getting hard, we start looking for the easy button. We start hunting for the elevator, and the sight of all those stairs seems daunting. We start thinking that we're doing something wrong, or that we've made the wrong goal, or that it wasn't meant to be. I want you to know that none of that is true. You will actually hear a lot of coaches talking about being willing to do hard things and that doing hard things is how you experience growth. I think I've even said it. It's the currency to success, and all that is true. So many of my students really want their growth to be easy, and I always tell them, no, you really don't. But then they reply, no, I really do. So today, I want to give you 4 reasons why you don't want this journey to be easy. And then I want to talk about the difference between doing hard things and doing things the hard way. Turns out there is a difference. So if it were easy, number 1, none of this would be special at all. The difficulty in the achievement is what makes it special. The difficulty of the achievement is what makes it monumental and a milestone in your life. Number 2, you would not appreciate the outcome near as much if it were easy. Number 3, you would really miss out on the sense of pride and the reward of a job well done if it were easy. It would just be a job done. Number 4, you would not experience growth if it were easy. Your growth comes from the difficulty of it all. I mean, look at all of the big monumental stuff like Super Bowl rings or getting the green jacket at the Masters. And what about winning the Indy 500 or being one of the elite athletes that go to the Olympics or the elite that go to the moon? All of those things require doing hard things. If it were all easy, none of that would be noteworthy. Doing hard things is what next levels your evolution as a human. It is what adds a layer of color and texture to your life. It's not what makes you worthy as a human. Let's be very clear about that. You were born worthy. But it is what gives your life flavor and pushes you to your full human potential. We want goals worth going for and worth growing for. We want them to be hard. It's how we know that we are growing. With that said, I do want to talk about what I see in the vein of trying to accomplish a goal. I see people really go at it the hard way. Your goal doesn't have to be that kind of hard, doing things the hard way. There is a difference between doing hard things and doing things the hard way. When you do hard things, eventually they do become easy. When you do things the hard way, they never become easy. They always stay hard. Always. So keep that in mind. The thing that feels hard now will be easy once you give it time and when you start letting it be easy. Let me give you a few examples of doing hard things versus doing things the hard way. Planning your work and working your plan might be a hard thing to do. I teach Power Hour 1 and Power Hour Done in my time management workshop, and that's all about plugging in your list into block time during the week and getting it done. For some of us, that is hard. But you know what doing it the hard way looks like? You wake up thinking you have so much to do and no time to do it, and you either spin in confusion of what to do first, or you say screw it and do nothing. And you rinse and repeat this cycle week after week after week. That's doing it the hard way. Meal planning and meal prep for some of us is doing hard things, but living at the effective cravings and urges without a meal plan is doing weight loss the hard way. Waiting until you are at the restaurant and hoping that you can hold off the gremlin that wants the pasta Alfredo instead of the option that moves you closer to your goal, that's doing weight loss the hard way. For some of us, doing a hard thing looks like setting our alarm a little bit early and putting our workout stuff on and moving our body for 30 minutes, or journaling or meditating for 30 minutes, feeding your brain for 30 minutes. For some of us, that is what doing a hard thing looks like. But oversleeping and running late and blowing through your day without so much as 5 minutes for yourself, that's doing your day the hard way. Doing a hard thing might look like no more running late for work, no more procrastinating or perfectionism. Your work is turned in ahead of schedule and you show up expressive, collaborative, and engaged at work. All of this can be a hard thing when it's new to you, but always being the one running late, holding back and not getting your work done on time, ruminating in perfectionism, wondering how you'll ever get that promotion, well, that's doing your career the hard way. It may even cost you your position. I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are working hard, hustling their way to their 100K income. Doing hard things for you might mean learning how to network or how to create impact in a Facebook group. That might be hard for some of us, but for sure, scrolling Facebook, comparing your results to someone else, but not doing the work to expand your own self-image, that for sure is building your business the hard way. Writing copy and creating content can be a hard thing for some of us, but when you sit in waiting for that lightning bolt of inspiration to strike you before you get busy, well, that's just doing your business the hard way. For some of us, making decisions is a hard thing, and learning to trust our decisions can be a hard thing that we do. But spinning in confusion and indecision, well, that just layers on another layer of difficulty, and for sure, it's doing things the hard way. We want this to be hard, but there is absolutely no reason to do it the hard way. We are making it harder than it has to be in many ways. So when you start thinking that this is hard, I want you to go Sherlock Holmes on that thought. Question that notion and make sure it's not you and your thoughts that is making this hard. Make sure that you are in the right lane of difficulty and that this is the lane of doing hard things and not the lane of doing things the hard way. I want to give you some examples of my own growth recently and how I was making a hard thing, something hard, and doing it the hard way. I did a masterclass over the summer to learn how to do agency level Facebook ads. Of course, when you're learning something new at that level, it's going to be hard. Expect it. But here are some of the thoughts that I had that had me doing it the hard way. I'm too old to learn this technology. What made me think I could learn this process at this level? This is way too hard. I'm missing Real Housewives for this crap. All of these thoughts were making doing a hard thing, doing it the hard way. Do you see that? Do you see how thinking those kind of thoughts would have been a block for me letting it be easy? It would have remained hard. Remember, the brain's motivational strategy to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and conserve energy. Even though learning all of this new stuff is good for me, my brain is not happy about it, not one bit. Now, none of this was happening outside of me. I was the one entertaining all of those useless thoughts. So I decided to manage my brain. I declared new thoughts and refused the old ones. They still tried to creep in, but I put my hand up and focused on each step, one step at a time. And here are some of the thoughts that worked. Everything is figure-outable. Thank you, Marie Forleo. I have done things way harder than this stuff. This will be so good for my business. This will help the entrepreneurs that hire me to coach them. This will be a product that I can teach my students. These thoughts walked me from doing it the hard way right into doing a hard thing, and here is where the payoff is. My email list grew by 260%. My conversion rate was over 60%, and the industry average is less than 10%. I love those crazy, amazing numbers, and the fact that I did a hard thing makes it even sweeter. Here is the final payoff. Now it's easy, and I'm letting it be easy. Don't sell yourself short. Be willing to do hard things, always, but don't entertain doing things the hard way by not managing your brain. Over time, that thing that was so hard, it will become easy, and then you can go to the next thing and you will up-level your living. I have a workbook that I have included in the show notes, and I invite you to go through the process for yourself to see if you are doing a hard thing or if you're doing things the hard way. All right, my friend, I hope that you have the best week ever. That's a wrap of the 10-Minute Mind Shift podcast. I hope that you were able to experience your own mind shift today. Listen, if you're ready to take this work to the next level, I highly recommend Life by Design Academy. It's my one-on-one coaching program that offers you a transformation at the speed of life.